Hello and welcome to EduMate.tv. I'm Chetan Shah. We learn to live and live to learn in what has turned out to be an unprecedented situation, an unprecedented pandemic, with history being written across the geography of Mother Earth. And a minor virus has created a major catastrophe, making each and every one of us rewind, rethink, reboot, restructure, reformat, re-strategize before we rebuild. Rebuild a new future. Rebuild a new normal. In the world of education, they say, the only thing constant is change. In a pandemic, they say, the only thing certain is uncertainty. It's important to understand that all progress must come from change. But it's equally important to consider that all change does not lead to progress. And that's what makes the situation rather unique in its set of challenges, more unique perhaps in its possible solutions, but most unique in its creation of opportunities. And who better to talk us through that than those that head educational institutions across the country. The one trait required to be that leader and to be that head is the trait of wisdom. Wisdom emanating from past experience and knowledge, and wisdom of foresight to be able to adapt and adopt to future trends. And that's why we have our very wise Chancellor. And today, of course, we've got a very distinguished guest with us, a distinguished educationist, Dr. Vivek Kumar of the Quantum University in Roorkee. What a pleasure to have you on our program, sir. Thank you for joining us. Well, so first things first, let's learn a little bit about your experience during the COVID times. What were the biggest challenges that you faced and how did you overcome them, sir?
COVID-19 in November 2019, Quantum University was not very much prepared for online education system. But because I'm from computer science and I have witnessed, software development as well as artificial intelligence. So we quickly adopted, the online system in our teaching learning pedagogies. But there was a challenge. The challenge was that all the students were not very much equipped with the technology at their home, and communication became a challenge. But gradually, by God's grace, we are able to settle down our problems as well as the bottlenecks. Then we started teaching learning process. Again, to standardize this teaching learning process, we developed our own SOPs, and these own SOPs were able to guide all my teachers, because please believe me, even myself was not very much aware of the online education. But as my teachers are young enough and techno-savvy, therefore, I took no time to implement my teaching learning methodologies and implemented this across all the courses. So this was basically the challenge, but we tried to handle the challenges very smartly. And with my past experience in computer science, I accepted the challenge and earned, the bright colors for my university and for my students. My students are happy that they are able to get their results in time, and there are 3 cycles which has passed in COVID-19 period. So I am very much satisfied with the progress that Institute has done. We have changed, the methodologies. We have changed, the concept of assignments. We have changed, the teaching pedagogies. We have changed our style of assessment. So completely changed. Quantum University is completely changed after COVID-19.
Absolutely brilliant, Dr. Vivek Kumar. I congratulate you on your success. And in a very short period of those, I think about under 4 months is when you made this entire transformation, of course. And I think this is the hallmark of great leadership. Some of the traits which you exhibited have been quite outstanding, an inspiration, in fact. The trait of humility to first understand that you didn't know much about online education and admit it. And that's the first step of learning. And then just the desire to keep learning and changing along the way. And of course, the third thing is to leverage your resources. I mean, your own resource is being a computer engineer and a scientist yourself, as well as the resources around you, like you spoke about the IIT Roorkee. I think that these are all great traits of leadership, and I salute you for that stuff. Thank you for inspiring us with those words. Now tell us a little bit about the university per se, Quantum University. I like the word quantum. It signifies so much. So tell us about your vision and your mission, Dr. Vivek.
See, Quantum University is a state-private university, and we got, our act passed in Assembly in 2016 only, with the name of Quantum University Act 2016. But we focused, the whole 1 year in the preparation, because I wanted to launch, Quantum University with the sound principles, and those sound principles which I learned from my seniors. Fortunately, I am being blessed with the company of Professor P.S. Satsangi, who is from IIT Delhi, Professor C.S. Jha, then Professor J. Nanda from Electrical Engineering Department, then Professor C.K. Singh. So they have seeded some intricacies as well as some strength of teaching learning processes. And please believe me, I want to start my Quantum University from day one with the sound principle in which they have seeded in me. So we developed all the procedures, and in 2018 we started. The concept behind Quantum University lies in two things, and the fundamental thing is satisfying the inner self. And we launched the programs in such a way. In 2018 only, we focused on interdisciplinary education. What is an interdisciplinary education? That a person who is doing major in computer science, he can do minor in a basket of another discipline. For example, a computer science student, suppose he wants to do specialization in cybersecurity, or in agriculture, or in hotel management, or in any other field. So we introduced, perhaps the first time in India, the concept of major and minor in private university education system. I am proudly announcing that this new education policy 2020 speaks about the interdisciplinary approach. But please believe me, we introduced this, and we have come out with the first batch in 2021 with the interdisciplinary concept. And this was one of the USP, what I feel, of Quantum University. Secondly, Quantum University consider itself, the educational partner of IR 4.0. What does it mean? That whether it is a management course, whether it is an engineering course, whether it is agriculture course, whether it is any other course, even the psychology, we introduce, the concept of IR 4.0 in our course and curriculum. Although government as well as UGC has given the flexibility to choice-based system and all these things, but my syllabus does contain, the concept of IR 4.0. The reason is very simple, that we are producing graduates which will be coming to the market in, say, 2022 or 23. By the time, perhaps in many of the leading university industries, concept of IR 4.0 would have been started. So we introduce, use of artificial intelligence, whether use of IoT in agriculture, that we call smart agriculture, use of artificial intelligence and data analytics in, say, business management, blockchains. We collaborated with the companies which are specialized in IR 4.0, for example, cybersecurity and forensic. We got strategic tie-up with Palo Alto, which is America's biggest cybersecurity company. We got tie up with Quick Heal. We got tie up with Xebia. We could tie up with IBM. We could tie up with Oracle. We could tie up with Salesforce. We could tie up with many other companies, in fact, especially in field of IR 4.0. My students, my engineering graduates, my management graduate, my agriculture graduate are now well equipped with the future technologies, which will be the future of 2025 when they will go to the market. So my focus, my mission is to incorporate all the concepts of IR 4.0. The third thing, which is very important, that during our professional life, we forget many things which we call passion. And the meaning of passion is what? That I wanted to be a cook. I became a computer engineer because of my peer group pressure, because of my family pressure. So whether my students got an opportunity or a platform where they can even think of doing something good in cookery or in, say, culinary arts. So this syllabus that we are offering to Quantum University students is having this choice that any student can choose a major course as well as a minor course. This spend, the job market also. The reason is very simple. Suppose agriculture is there. With the new policies of Government of India, you can see that now the new breed is coming to agriculture business. And those breeds will be well equipped with the computers and the management. They know agriculture, but they know something more than it. So definitely our requirements are changing.
Right.
You take another example of agriculture. As the population is increasing, the size of land is decreasing, water resource and many other resources are, then how to use the latest technologies like sensor networks, like many other things, IoT devices in agriculture so that we can yield the better production. We need the expert of market in agriculture.
Right.
So my agriculture is not only preparing agriculturists, they are preparing the businessmen, they are preparing the technologists in field of agriculture. So this is a sublimation of various domains together, and this is the USP of Quantum University, and this is perhaps the first time happening in India. Though we are young, but we are born with the experiences.
Absolutely profound. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Vivek Kumar. I think you've again exhibited exceptional qualities of leadership. The first thing was gratitude, because you started out by paying gratitude to your senior professors. I think that's such an important learning for our next generation, that you must be able to acknowledge the feat of others from whom you've actually derived and gained. So thank you for that, for teaching us that as well. Also, I believe that your ability to leverage the things around you, your attribute of foresight. I mean, the way you were able to foresee what the NEP talks about now in terms of interdisciplinary skills was quite outstanding, as well as IR 4.0. I think that knowledge itself was way ahead of its time. So I congratulate you for that. I think that is great to learn. But what caught my attention was the concept which, even till date, all of us are struggling with, and that is to satisfy your inner self. I think that's such a difficult thing to do. It's so easy to say, but so difficult to do. But I'm so glad that, people at the helm of education have not just recognized that, they're creating opportunities to fulfill that. And that speaks volumes of reassurance for our generation next, and for, of course, the students who will be participating, I'm sure, in great numbers with Quantum University, because there is a sense not just of philosophy, there's also a sense of spirituality, there's a sense of completeness and wholeness.
Very true.
When we talk about holistic education.
We have developed a passion program module, which is consisting of more than 12 verticals, like singing, dancing, playing sports, and culture, then dramatics. Then there are many passions And this has made compulsory for each and every undergraduate student to take this passion program and hone their skills, because it is very important. As a student, they can learn intelligence. There is no problem. I can still say that when we use technology, somewhat of our intelligence increases. But emotion quotient plays a very, very important role. Whether you are a professional, whether you are a husband, or whether you are a wife, or a father, or mother, or a son, or daughter, that plays, emotion quotient plays, very important role. Now, when there is a peer group stress, time management stress, now question arises how to ease yourself so that if you are not happy, how can you deliver happiness to the world, in fact? So that is very important. And we understood this, that the personality development along with the soft skill development, this part should also be honed by the students. So we have introduced the concept of passion program, and which is made compulsory for all the undergraduate students. So this is one of the features of Quantum University that we have born with.
Wonderful. I think, I often say that either you make your passion your profession or make your profession your passion. Because eventually it's the passion course that's going to give you the edge. And not just the edge, it's going to sustain you for a long period of time. So it's very, very well understood and nuanced, Dr. Vivek Kumar, which makes me more curious about your passion as an individual. So I want to learn a little bit more about you as a person, as a professional, as an educationist.
I am basically a computer engineer, so I like, writing algorithms. As a professional, as my professional achievement, I feel that more than 65 verticals, I have developed the expert system. So I can talk to you about medical wellness. I can talk to you about, engineering. I can talk to you about, component design. I can talk to you n number of things, because when I was developing the expert system, those expert values were coming to my brain. So I feel myself very confident to work interdisciplinary. As far as this is my professional achievement, but my passion was, cooking. I used to cook a lot in my home. My wife and my kids are very happy that I used to cook because this was my passion. But as far as when I grown up, I find one thing very interesting, that it's only your hardship as well as your continuously learning habits makes you successful in life. And this has happened, and I have experienced this from my achievements, whatever I'm having, that continuous learning is very important. And all my teachers gave me the concept of learning. And the learning in the terms that you forget what you have learned and learn the new things, that is learning, unlearning, and relearning. So that plays a very, very important role in one's career. And our education system should have this objective that whatever we are teaching, we are not teaching one technology or one concept. We should teach so that he can learn better in future whenever he is encountering unknown problems. So Shiksha kya hai? It is a crucible, in fact. And we have to create the crucible in his brain so that the new technologies, new experiences can be poured into it. So that whenever he is facing a problem in future with the unknown, unset problem, then he should be able to come up with the flying colors. And that is the role of education.
Let me just extend this personal question a little bit. If I had to write a headline about you, Dr. Vivek Kumar, so what would be a more preferable headline? Dr. Vivek Kumar, a great educationist, but also a great cook? Or Dr. Vivek Kumar, a great cook and also a great educationist?
I will prefer first one.
All right, the first one. Okay, how wonderful. So that means obviously you're able to coalesce your passion in both ways. But thank you for that, Dr. Vivek Kumar. Now, when you look at the policy, because you touched upon the national education policy, and we touched upon the pandemic, and we also touched upon what are the changes taking place in education. How do you actually foresee the future of education? Simply because there is so much that's happening simultaneously at so many levels, right? That it's becoming difficult for anybody connected with this noble stream to figure out what would be the most, perhaps, the more concrete and the most potent way of enhancing yourself or visualizing the path of education. What will be your answer to that?
Chetanji, may I ask one question?
Sure,
the question is, who is the best teacher right now?
I will obviously say it's COVID. In fact, when you told me about this statement about how to satisfy your inner self, I mean, COVID was the teacher for that. Was the biggest teacher for that.
He's the biggest teacher. Google, if I define Google can give you huge number of volumes of informations, but the question arises, do you have that particular crucible which can be poured? So important thing, the role of a teacher in today's scenario is changing. Earlier, the teacher used to teach. He was, full of knowledge, and this knowledge was being propagated from his mind to people's mind. He was teaching with the experiences. Now, this has been replaced by Google with the advent of IT technology, information technology. It has been replaced, and now Google's like software become, the teacher because of the very rich, high content management system. Now, the role of a teacher, role of a school changes, and that is what the first. Whether the school is capable enough to motivate the person to learn, relearn and unlearn. Whether the student is able to do experience, whether the student able to experience himself to do something by himself, that is more important. Whether the school is capable to have, team building exercise. Whether the student is capable enough to handle, the complex problems. What is the aptitude that our school is able to develop or nurture in the student so that he starts solving the problems? Whether a student is able to get more skills which he will be applying in future. So the first and foremost thing, that information technology provide me a platform of learning. But what to learn, how to learn, that is more important. And for that, a teacher is required. With the introduction of new technology, which is a new policy which has been introduced in our education system in 2020, we have to see the local scenarios and we have to see the global scenarios. I was the part of many of the discussions, and perhaps new education policy is a well-discussed problem in India. You see, out of 10 webinars, 7 webinars are occurring on the topic of new education policy. But I feel the taste of the pudding in its eating. And that is important, how effectively we are going to implement. I am pretty sure that my seniors have drafted a beautiful, document in the form of education policy. But I am foreseeing that if it is not being implemented properly, it will be very dangerous scenario, in fact.
Absolutely.
So important thing is this, that whatever is written there, we have to adopt this and implement in the real grounds. We have to handhold, and this is the responsibility of Advanced Institute to have the hand-holding for those institutes who are now progressing.
I think that's so true. And we've actually introduced a concept called the NEP 2021, which we call the National Education Pledge on my channel, where we ask educators their pledge, what do they feel is important to them. Because implementation has always been the biggest challenge in this country. And now gradually, since we're becoming an almost entirely tech-led education system, tech could be the biggest divider, unless and until we ensure that the participant, and for a country which has already been divided so many times through so many reasons, religion, caste, creed, color, economy. I mean, this could be perhaps the most, I often say, the most sinister divide, the digital divide. So you've got to take care of that. And I'm glad you also mentioned the global aspect, Dr. Vivek Kumar, simply because we are the world's youngest country. And in about half a decade from now, we would be supplying 60% of the world's of the globe's workforce. So the responsibility is that much, pronounced on educators like yourself. So in that context, we are now, of course, hitting into the last few minutes of our program. It's been a fascinating and enriching discussion with you, Dr. Kumar. I'd like to garner your advice for four stakeholders, very critical stakeholders in our education system. A, the student; B, the parent; C, the teacher; and D, your fellow vice chancellor. What would be your advice to each of them?
Okay. I can develop a scenario, in fact, which is more interesting. In fact, suppose post-COVID situation of Europe. Most of the Europe is now dependent on third world countries like China and India. With the advent of COVID-19, untrust for China has been started growing in Europe. This is what my personal reading, and I am coming up with that. So there is a void in the European society. They are requiring, the young professionals, doctors, engineers, technologists, especially IR 4.0 technologists. Because Europe is getting older. So Indians, in the aspect of Indians got a bright future if they fill these voids in Europe, in Canada, in US, Australia. So there is a great scope which is available, perhaps in India also. So first thing is skill development. All the students should focus on skill development, future technologies. Because the days will not far away when many of the technologies will be disappearing and the new technologies will come in. So we should know the gaps and we should focus as a student to fill these gaps. And that is what learning the new skills. For teachers, as I told, the definition of teacher is changing with the advent of information technology. They are not, the best teachers are available on Google. You see, everything is available on teachers. But what will be the new teachers? The message for the teachers are that please try to update your knowledge. Try to devise those methodologies by which you can teach better with the experiences, with new methods of teaching learning processes. So this exactly I want to tell to my teachers, that try to develop new techniques by which you can interact to your students. The third, very important, innovation is the key of success now. My students and my teachers should focus on innovations. They should focus on new techniques, new technologies, and new science. And for that, they have to focus on research problems. So what I'm trying to say, that new education policy or new scenario in education system is full of opportunities. Gone are the days when a teacher is carrying their personal notes and then delivering the lecture. But now his lecture should be full of examples, full of applications, new methods of teaching, and new methods of teaching learning processes. So this is what I feel I want to give from this interview as a message to my colleagues, that is teachers, and my students. For the Vice Chancellors, I feel that this is a very fast changing world. The industry is changing day by day, responses are changing day by day. Therefore, as a leader of their families, it is important to adapt these changes and become, running along with the requirement, demand and supply. So that is what my message that I want to give from this interview.
40 minutes of exceptional learning. I thank you for that, Dr. Vivek Kumar. And when I often end these learning sessions, I try to choose a letter to denote that, simply because it becomes easy to take away. So for you, the first letter that comes to mind is the first letter of the alphabet. That's A. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you why. Because A stands for aware. The amount of awareness that you have shown, not just about the limitations you started off with, but what the student and the generation next requires. And that is the satisfaction of the inner self. And what is required to do that comes to the second A. And that is amalgamation. Amalgamation of interdisciplinary skills, not just what you're passionate about, but what you're good at. So it's also your potential and what is required through the sense of technology. And that brings me to my third A, is acceleration. How quickly you were able to change the scenario, having studied it in an accelerated mode, taking advantage of your past as a computer scientist itself was quite creditable. Then, of course, adaptability is the fourth A. The way you were able to adapt yourself to a new situation, leverage the scenario around you with whatever positives that you had, was itself quite telling. The fifth A was a very interesting A, and that's analysis. Your sense of being able to analyze situations, right, which comes from research, I dare say, and your scientific temper was quite a revelation. And I think the one A, which is also very important, is ambition. I can make out by your conversation, your tone, your tenor, and your thoughts is that it's steeped in deep ambition, because you spoke a couple of times about the USP of Quantum University, which tells me that you are ambitious to take it to a particular level.
Definitely.
Because you want to differentiate from everybody else. And that tells me that you have a very clear-cut path ahead.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Right. So, and the final A before I end is the word ahead. And the ahead means that you want to lead, you want to stay ahead of the pack, which is a differentiator, but the ahead also comes from the futuristic approach, which you talked about, innovation, and that has to be steamed into that. So I'll leave you the last word before I end. Yes, sir, you were saying something?
You are absolutely right. When my management has given me this responsibility that you have to lead them, then I should lead by examples, and that is very important. So right now I am into the second tenure of my Vice Chancellorship. So my first cycle was to development, but this cycle is for more quality assurance, in fact. So we are doing lots of exercise. Quantum University has committed to go for NAAC accreditation, NABET, and these all things in very near future. That is on the 5th year of our birthday. I would like to give a good gift to my parents and to my students, my teachers, and that is what the NAAC accreditation. Because that is very important. The parents, the message which I want to give to my parents, that they have done the best investment, handing over the child to me, and it is my duty to prepare them a good professional and a good citizen.
So you've actually added 2 more A's to my list. The first A is assurance. You've assured the parents. And of course, the final A, which is so important to you right now, and I appreciate that, and that is accreditation. And that, of course, with all those lists of wonderful A's, we're well and truly accomplished and privileged to call you and have you on this program and to title you as our very wise Chancellor. Thank you for talking to us on Readymade.tv. Dr. Vivek Kumar, it was a pleasure.